Well, there you see what they're playing for. Winner tonight taking over 1.25 million. The next guy out gets 320,000, so big payday for all these guys.
Yeah, the Andes are 10,000 and the blinds are 40 and 80. Let's go to the felt. A quick fold by James Carroll. And now Muckle Pahuja.
Now, Muckle just having a phenomenal poker year. He's going to raise it here to 200,000.
Shaun Suller from Hawaii goes out. And now Dylan Wilkerson with an ace-5. He will call.
So we're going to see a flop here between the two chip leaders. Now flop is Jack 3 deuce. Dylan has flopped the gut shot straight draw. He's going to check. Muckle has no hand, no draw. Is going to bet. Just trying to pick it up, makes it 150,000. But gets called by Dylan. When a king comes off now, great card for Muckle. He now has the lead with 2 kings.
Dylan checks it again.
So Muckle, who was bluffing on the flop, now is value betting the kings here. 380,000.
Into Dylan. Dylan's from San Francisco, 29 years old. But what is he doing? He's getting the plaques out, it appears.
That's going to be a raise here, Vince. He is going to check raise with just a gut shot straight draw. Boom.
Yep, total of 850 to go. Muckle, though, with kings is not going anywhere.
Muckle's brother's in the house here. Vinny, phenomenal poker player himself. There you see him. Rooting on Muckle tonight.
And we are going down to the river. Dylan has to be disappointed with that call he gets, but then he hits the ace.
Well, incredible luck for Dylan here. Check raise on the bluff, got picked off. Now he's got a hand he can check down. The 2 aces. Muckle happy to check him. Let's look at him.
Oh boy, watch the pain.
I'll tell you, the financial analyst just feels like the cash register rang out and bonked him in the head right there on that river card. Wow.
Boil a pot of coffee on his head right now. That hurts.
The man from San Mateo, California, not far from San Jose. Well out in front now.
All right, on to the next hand. Action on Shaun Suller from Hawaii. He's very superstitious. He saw a shooting star before he got on the plane to come here. He said, that's going to help me. It's going to bring me luck. It's my destiny to win this event.
And they certainly get a good shot at it. Here he looks down at the queen 10. He's going to limp in under the gun. Just make the call.
Now it's on Dylan. He's going to fold. And James Carroll also going out.
Check.
And Muckle with the 8-3 of clubs. Happy to see a flop.
Well, the flop is an ace-9-5. No help to either player.
Muckle is checked, and here comes Shaun. Gonna fire at the pot, 125,000. Muckle saying to himself, hey, this guy didn't raise before the flop. I don't think he's got an ace. I'm gonna raise him here.
Wow.
Muckle, aggressive. He was laying down the hammer when he got all the chips yesterday. Just was smashing.
He makes it 310 to the Hawaiian, but look at this. Shaun's not going anywhere. He's making this call.
He's just floating here, Vince. Gonna try to steal the pot on a later street. 7 comes up.
Sometimes you try to float and you drown.
Now, the problem with floating here is the guy in front of you could fire out at the pot like he's doing now, and your float just goes to the bottom of the river.
Bingo bango. That's what he did. 550 bet, and Shaun Suller says goodnight.
What a play there by Muckle. Pahuja just to analyze things, didn't put his opponent on an ace, kept firing, had the heart to fire a check raise and then another big shell. Bombed him out of there by betting.
Back to the action on Shaun again. Takes a breather. And now Dylan, our chip leader, 29-year-old poker pro. He's got ace-4. He will raise to 175. James Carroll out.
And James not to call with the king 8 of hearts, but Muckle is going to see a flop with the 10-9.
Well, the flop comes up king 10-8. 3 diamonds.
Muckle has the best hand with 2 10s, but it's a hand you're not going to like very much. You don't have a flush draw. There's an overcard out there. Your opponent raised before the flop. He's betting again. But Muckle is making the call with just 2 10s.
going to the turn, 4 clubs.
Dylan does make bottom pair now. He's got 2 4s.
Muckle checks, and so does Dylan. Going to the river. And it means nothing. Deuce of hearts.
Let's see what Muckle will do with his 10s. He's going to check, and Dylan's just hoping the guy's got a straight draw or a flush draw. And the 2 4s might somehow be good, but they're not. As Muckle turns up the 2 10s and is going to take down the pot. And he is happy to pick one up off this guy.
The nice call by Muckle there.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
He's going to raise with his ace deuce in this hand. By the way, the blinds have gone up to 50 and 100. Antes are 15. Shaun out, Dylan out as well. James Carroll going to make this call with ace 7.
So here comes the flop. Let's come ace 8 6, all hearts. Both players have aces, as you can see. James not only has him out kicked, he also has the flush draw. With the 2 aces, 300,000.
Raised before the flop, and he's betting now. But James Carroll, not going anywhere, makes this call. Going to the turn. And it's another heart. Look at this, king of hearts.
4 hearts on the board now. Again, James checks, even though he has a flush. Fearful his opponent's got the queen or jack hearts in his hand, maybe.
And look at the heart that Muckle has, betting with no heart. Just sticks it in there, 375.
I bet he doesn't have any hearts on his cards, but I can tell you, he's got heart where it counts when it comes to playing this game.
Yep. A lot of creativity there. And James, though, with a nice solid call. As we go to the river, that's got to be discouraging if you're Muckle, but another heart hits the board.
James' 7 of hearts is going to play.
Check.
James checked and Muckle checking.
Well, Muckle playing the board, but not good enough. The 7 of hearts plays. James Carroll taking down that pot.
Yep, the 27-year-old James Carroll, a top online poker professional. He has won millions at the game, playing good here in this tournament.
You know, James's hobbies are golf and basketball. He likes to play a lot of online poker, so he's moved between Mexico, Canada, Prague, and Amsterdam. Moved to all those places to play online poker, just checking out the environment.
Okay, onto this hand. Look at this. Mr. Honolulu, Shaun Suller picking up 9s, will make the raise, goes to 200,000. But behind him, Dylan, who's the chip leader at this point, he's going to pop it.
He's going to 3-bet here with the ace 5, makes it 475,000 to go.
James and Muckle both go away. Shaun Suller.
He's going to make the call and look at a flop here.
So ace 5 versus 9s. Here we go with the first 3. And the flop is a 9-5 king. 3 of a kind for Shaun.
Dream flop for him. He checks it.
He ain't going to try to trap.
Well, Dylan's got the 2 5s. He's going to bet 400,000. Those plaques worth 100,000 each.
Shaun is full of energy. He's creative, and he loves the game. You can tell he has a passion when he's playing.
Oh, Shaun taking his time, and here it comes. Going to make it $1 million to go.
So the gig is probably up for Dylan here.
Dylan with just 5s at this point.
All in.
Call.
Wow. Vince, he's going all in here, and a snap call by Shaun.
Uh-oh.
Dylan drawing virtually dead here.
How about a 5? How about a 5? Two poker in the house.
Doesn't get much easier than this if you're sitting in Shaun's seat, Vince. You can't have your opponent dominated better than this with 2 cards to go.
Yeah, I'm looking pretty good. I think I'm looking pretty good.
I just can't believe that Dylan, who has played so well, so long, has just blanked out here. He just was convinced that this guy is just a shyster. And this time, Shaun has the goods. His opponent drawing dead after the jack hits on the turn. Shaun Suller gonna double up.
The surf is going up here. The Hawaiian loves that. He's the chip leader.
Well, Shaun Suller went from last to first, Vince.
I know.
They just flip-flopped positions.
It did.
In terms of chip count right there. And his chip stack just exploded like a volcano in Hawaii, Vince.
All right, back to the felt we go. Dylan Wilkerson taking a big hit in that last hand. This time has ace-10.
Well, in a four-handed poker game, you're going to raise it up with this hand. Most all the time, Dylan doing it here makes it $225,000 to go.
Now James Carroll, the online specialist with a pair of fives, just calling.
Yeah, he just calls with all his pairs.
And now Muckle with an ace-9.
Oh, look at this, Vince. He is getting out raising chips. He is going to 3-bet here to $700,000 with the ace-9. Going to squeeze, as we say. First guy raised, second guy called. Then you put the hammer down. If you're the next guy to go, that's what Muckle is doing here.
Yep, the Hawaiian Shaun gets out of their way. And back on Dylan.
Now, the ace-10 shrinks up when somebody calls behind you. Another guy hammers it.
Dylan goes out, as does James.
A nice 3-bet there by Muckle. Pahuja wins him the pot. And both players had a better hand than he did, Vince.
Yeah, look at him. He's so intense. And yet he says he's very happy-go-lucky. Normally, he's always joking around. But he wants his title here tonight.
He's going to be very happy when he sees that hand.
All right, James Carroll with the big ace-queen of diamonds makes it $225 to go. Muckle goes out. And now Shaun with a decent king-queen sticks around, makes this call. Dylan with a 10-8 won't play. So ace-queen versus king-queen.
Here comes the flop. Well, 10-9-6. So Shaun does flop a gut shot straight draw. Well, he's going to lead out 5,000 into the pre-flop raiser. And James, who has nothing, it's a backdoor flush draw, but he says, look, I raised before the flop. I should get more respect than that. Let me raise you back, my friend.
Yeah, he's got game. Makes it $650 to go with his ace-queen of diamonds. The online specialist, James Carroll, with a move right now, and he's going to get Shaun to fold his hand.
Now Shaun's got to work on his poker face a little, Vince. He just sort of grimaced there. As soon as that got raised, so much for the gut shot draw. Out he goes. Nice play there by James Carroll. Vince, we are seeing some bold play by all these players. Everybody at the table making moves now and then.
Yes. Muckle, the chip leader, with close to $7 million in chips. Shaun Suller from Hawaii, now with about 5-7.
Well, Muckle came to this final table as chip leader. He has regained it.
It's on him this time. He's got ace-jack.
Certainly going to raise with this in a four-handed game. He does it. Makes it $225,000 to go.
Yep, the Hawaiian steps out of the water. And now Wilkerson making a call with queen-jack of diamonds.
Well, you like to see flops with that hand, that's for sure. James Carroll going out.
Ace-jack versus queen-jack, and the flop will be a jack-6 deuce. Both hit jacks.
Yeah, this could spell trouble here for Dylan. He has top pair, but he's out-kicked.
Dylan checks. Muckle's betting 175. And Dylan now, oh boy, plaques are coming.
He is check raising, Vince, to $425,000.
And now on Muckle, got top pair, best kicker. Oh boy, Muckle's gonna re-raise.
Makes it $750,000 to go. And now if you're in Dylan's seat, you are not liking it. But you're saying to yourself, I just can't let this guy outplay me every hand. I've got top pair here. I'm calling.
What a pop between these two, and an ace hits on the turn, makes aces and jacks for Muckle.
Well, he actually licked his lips over that one, Vince. Very happy to see that card.
Wilkerson checks. Oh boy, Muckle's gonna abuse him here. Big bet, 685.
Well, you weren't crazy about your jacks before when the guy 4-bet you. And now when an ace comes off, makes things worse.
Going the wrong way for Dylan Wilkerson from San Francisco. Had the chip lead, imploded a couple hands ago, and now it's just getting worse and worse.
But sure, they're going to get worse if he calls here because he's drawing completely dead, has no win.
Yeah, he finally lets it go.
So Muckle Pahuja picking up that pot.
Came to this final table as chip leader, lost it for a period of time. He is back on top once again.
4 players battle for this championship. Back to the felt we go. Action on Dylan Wilkerson.
And he's going out. James out as well, so a battle of the blinds here.
And chip leader Muckle picking up a real hand. Pair of 8s.
Going to raise with those, certainly. Makes it 275,000 to go on a snap call here by Shaun with the ace high.
Yep, he's from Hawaii. He's only been playing poker for 3 years. Amazing. And the flop is a queen 10-3.
So 2 overcards above the 8s for Muckle. So he checks. Shaun checking right behind him, though.
Check, check. 4 spades on the turn.
Well, again, Muckle checks the 2 8s. And again, Shaun checks the ace high, just hoping to check down the ace high. Maybe it's good. Now the board pairs 3s. Now Muckle's going to try to get a value bet in here. There's no way my opponent's got a queen or a 10. They'd have been betting by now. And this is going to be a curiosity call, perhaps.
This is one of those curiosity calls.
Reading my mind there.
It's also 9 deuce when I have 8s, not ace high.
He does make the call with the ace high. Is not going to like it as Muckle wins the pot with 8s and 3s.
Yeah.
Curiosity killed the cat.
Curiosity killed the Hawaiian, you mean? Loses a nice one. Muckle extends the chip lead. All right. Back to the game we go. Action on Dylan Wilkerson. Quick fold by him. The wheels will come off of his game.
James is going to raise here with a 7-6 on the button. Muckle goes out. And Shaun going to make the call with the queen 10 out of the big blind.
They both give each other smiles as we see the flop. It's a king 10-8.
Well, Shaun is going to check 2 10s here. Giving respect to the pre-flop raiser, but James checks right behind him with the gut shot straight draw and hits the straight on the turn.
Oh my.
But then Shaun's got to think the 2 10s are the best hand here. And he is going to bet 275,000. That quickly called by James, and a deuce of clubs on the river changes nothing. Shaun now going to check the 2 10s.
There is 3 diamonds out there, but you got to feel pretty safe. Your straight's good here, of course.
He's making a healthy bet, man. 750,000.
Now Shaun with 10s. In a quagmire here.
Well, he just made a curiosity call the last hand that cost him. He's doing it again, and it's going to cost him again.
Oh, it's straight.
Well, he thought he won the pot, Vince. He didn't see the straight there.
Nice hand.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, put your hat on backwards. Oh, he's saying to himself, it's so much easier in Hawaii. James Carroll in second place with 6.2 million. Shaun 3.7, and as you can see, Dylan bringing up the rear right now with 2.4.
Muckle Pahuja, 9.1 million.
So he is in a healthy chip position to win his first WPT title. Second final table, also had an 8th place finish, but he is looking for number 1 tonight.
Well, the antes are going up to 20,000. Blind 60 at 120. All right, a couple folds around to Dylan, who looks at just a 9-6 offsuit. But he has chosen to call. He will splash around and speculate, and James Carroll with the king 4 says, let's go.
Yep, he's happy to see a flop as well, and here it comes. Oh, what a flop. 6-4-4. James has flopped 3 4s. Dylan has flopped 6s up. This could spell trouble for him. He's going to check the 6s up. And look at this. No slow playing here by James. He fires right out 160,000 with the 3 4s.
He's got to be delighted. He's getting action. He gets a call by Wilkerson. turn card. It's another 6.
Just like that, Dylan has the top full house. He now has the best hand. All of a sudden, your 3-4 just shrunk up into oblivion. Dylan wisely checking 6 full, but James even smarter to check 4 full right behind him.
Smells a rat. King on the river.
This gives James 4 full of kings. So in case the outside chance that Dylan had a 4 in his hand, he would be beat now.
Oh boy. Dylan Wilkerson putting in a nice bet of $300,000.
I just call.
And Carroll wisely says, I just call. He feels it happened to him. He is correct.
He got out for the minimum there, Vince, as it turns out. But still, you're just sick your opponent hit a 2-outer on the turn to knock you out of this pot.
That's pretty gross.
It can get ugly here at the poker table. That's what happened to James Carroll right now. 4 players going after this title here tonight.
The newest real money online poker room is here, and it's called WPT Global. Join the world's largest poker network with games running 24/7 with buy-in levels to suit all bankrolls. We've got tons of cash games at all stakes and tournaments every day with huge prize pools. Sign up today in the description below and use bonus code YT85 and we'll match your first deposit dollar for dollar.
Dylan Wilkerson from the Bay Area, San Francisco, a local. He's got a nice hand, ace-queen. This time he's going to raise to 250. James Carroll out. And now Muckle with a queen-9.
Muckle Pahuja has become what we call boss at the poker table. He's been 3-betting. He's the most aggressive, and now that he's got the chip lead, they better duck. Well, here comes the raise right here. The 3-bet to 650,000.
Shaun out. And Dylan Wilkerson.
On.
There you go.
Well, that's what I think you have to do in that spot with this chip count.
Yeah.
He pulled the trigger, he moved it in, and he's picking up the pot because of it.
Yep, to the discomfort of Vinny Pahuja. That is Muckle's brother, of course. Right back at him this time. Action on Dylan, a poker professional. He's got a 10-4. He has to fold.
Over and out for him. James is going to raise it up here with an ace-9 on the button.
Yeah, he makes it 250 to go, and now Muckle has it ace-5. He's getting out raising chips. Yes.
He is going 3-bet crazy right now, Vince. Every hand, he is re-raising.
And look at this. The Hawaiian has picked up the hula girls, the pair of queens.
Well, it's 685,000 to call.
What a time to get him. And there's another re-raise.
Well, there's the 4-bet to 1.5 million.
Online specialist James has to fold his hand. Muckle says no mas. So the Hawaiian, only been playing poker for 3 years. Shaun Suller taking down a good one.
Well, Dylan's going to raise it up with a 10-9 on the button here.
Yep, has the button, likes his position. James out.
Muckle with the same hand exactly. Going to make the call here.
Yep, he's in the big blind.
Be interesting to see how this plays out. This pot will go to the more aggressive bettor.
Flop is Jack 6-3, helps neither player.
Muckle checks. And Dylan does not make the continuation bet here. Now a queen comes off. Both players with the open-end straight draw. Muckle has checked again. And now Dylan with the straight draw is going to bet this time 250,000. But look at this, Vince. The power of chips. It's going to be a check raise by Muckle here. They have the same hand.
Wow, he goes to 650, and this is going to apply a lot of pressure back on Dylan.
Well, he's a short stack, Vince. He just can't afford
Can't do it.
to draw to a hand. Has to give it up. Kicks himself for betting now. But give credit to Muckle Pahuja, Vince. Just 3-betting like mad right now. The pots he does. Not necessarily having the best hand either.
From Honolulu, will fold his hand.
Well, both players have a 10-6. Him and Dylan both fold. Over to James in the small blind. He has the not-so-pretty queen-deuce offsuit. as the chip leader sitting behind him, so he's just going to call here.
And Muckle with the king 5 of hearts.
Well, as aggressive as Muckle's been, almost surprised he didn't raise with that hand, but just content to see a flop this time. And here it comes. Well, Jack 6-3 rainbow, no help for either player. Now James is going to check.
Muckle, I think, is the best player left. He's very solid. He has fantastic results lately and super aggressive.
Well, he is right about that. Muckle going to bet here after his opponent check. Bets 150,000, but look at this. James just calls with nothing. No hand, no draw. Now the board pairs threes. And all of a sudden, James is going to go into betting mode here with nothing.
Wow, 375 is trying to take the play away from Muckle.
But look at this, a snap call by Muckle here.
Muckle feels it.
Wow, with the king high.
Wouldn't this be amazing? River card is going to be a 4.
Well, even if James had a straight draw of any kind, the worst he would now have would be 4s up.
Well, he's going to bet. He's got queen high. He's going to stick out a big bet, 780.
Well, take your hat off to the guy, Vince. No matter what happens in this hand, he is trying to win this pot. Been very passive so far at this final table, but bold action here. Muckle finally ejects the king 5. James Carroll taking down that pot and earning it, Vince.
Very shrewdly played by the online specialist, James Carroll from Massachusetts. Beautifully playing that hand. All right, on to the next one. Shaun this time.
Well, he's under the gun with the queen 10. He's going to raise it up here. Makes it 250,000 to go.
Dylan out, and James Carroll going to just count his winnings for that last steal. Into Muckle. This time he has ace 4 of spades.
Well, we've seen him 3-betting with these kind of hands all night here, but he just got spanked playing a little cute with that last hand with the king 5.
Just going to call it.
Yeah, going to conservative mode here. This hand makes the call.
And the flop is a queen 9-6. Queens for Shaun, 4 flush for Muckle.
Well, we can see a lot of fireworks here, Vince.
Muckle checks. 325 been bet by Shaun.
Shaun has top pair. Muckle with the nut flush draw. This should be the check raise, but it's not. It's the check call with the nut flush draw by an aggressive player.
No spade there as a jack hits. Muckle's going to check.
Well, Shaun has the open-end straight draw as well as top pair now. Not slowing down, betting 600,000 here. And so much for the nut flush draw. Muckle just quickly throws it away like it was nothing.
Yep, and there's the Muckle group right there. Shaun Suller going to take that one. Lines of 60 and 120.
All right, action's going to be on Dylan Wilkerson.
Quick fold by him. Now James Carroll with the button.
Yeah, James going to raise it to 250,000.
Muckle going out. And Shaun Suller now with an ace 5 of spades. He likes his hand. He'll repop.
He's going to 3-bet it to 475. And look at this, Vince. Without even blinking, James Carroll is going to 4-bet this with just a 6-5 to over $1 million. Well, he obviously picked up something on Shaun. Maybe because he made a weak 3-bet. He didn't have that much, just trying to pick up the pot. Maybe it was some facial expression or some action, but you just sense that James has a tail on this guy because he just 3-bet with a 6-5 or 4-bet.
Wow.
To over $1 million and takes down the pot.
Well played by James Carroll. And the antes are up to 25,000. Line 75 and 150. Shaun Suller, the Hawaiian, with the baseball jersey on. It's going to fold this hand.
Dylan Wilkerson looks at the Jack 4 offsuit. Not too attractive. Lays it down. So it's a battle of the blinds between James and Muckle.
And James going to raise with his ace 7. Makes it 375 to go.
Well, pretty standard play that most players would make.
Muckle with a pair of 5s here.
Now the question is Muckle come back over the top of the small pair? Answer is no. He's just going to make the call and look at a flop.
Yeah, he's definitely changing gears, playing more passive now. Early on, with any hand, he'd come over the top, but he's mixing it up beautifully, and here's the flop. It's a king 3-3.
Now 2 clubs. Here comes the continuation bet by James. 350,000. And Muckle going nowhere with the 2 5s, quickly makes the call. But James doesn't like that. Now a 7 comes off. So he's got to like that a little bit. At least it gives him 7s up. But you're fearful your opponent's got a king or a 3 when they call you on the flop. Now it goes check, check. And now a 9 comes off. So because Muckle checked on the turn, James thinks the 7s are the best hand here, the 7s and 3s. He's going to get a little value bet in of 675,000. And what do you do now with the 2 5s if you're Muckle?
Wow. Is Muckle going to pay him off? He's thinking about it. Pretty nice pot, and he is going to pay him off.
James lays down the 7s up, going to take down the pot. Muckle kicking himself for not raising before the flop or on the flop.
Yeah, he is completely discouraged.
Well, Vess, with that pot, all 4 of these players have had the lead at one time or another at this final table.
And things are starting to go James Carroll's way. 27 years old, online champion, looking good here in this live tournament game.
The guy started with just $2 million in chips.
Yeah.
Now he's up to over $7.5 million in chips. This guy is going to be a force to be reckoned with, no doubt about it.
No, you got to respect the value bet on the end. Very impressive. He's the chip leader right now, but all 4 of these guys are great players. 3 of them are up for the Player of the Year. This is very exciting. Back to you, Lynn.